All right, everybody. How you doing? Everybody in the Move, Think, Smile group and all you health coaches trying to go full-time online. It's Adam Von Ens here with the amazing Elea I, and we are the founders of Move, Think, Smile. And today we have a really cool episode for you. I have been talking to a lot of people recently, especially health coaches, and I've been following a bunch of different groups out there and seeing what people are doing. I literally just came across a post where this health coach, after 6 months of working with some business coaching people, basically put out there, hey, I'm so happy. I got my lead magnet together, got my free PDF together, and I'm done with my 50-day nurture email sequence. And I'm sitting here going, okay, Ellie and I are proponents that, any type of marketing strategy can work, but I want to talk about something that we call the ambulance effect when it comes to health and wellness. And I think this is one of the biggest mistakes people are making when they're positioning themselves. Would you say that's true, Elia?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And talking about this person that, had their 50 emails and their free PDF, I can really relate to that because that's where I started too.
Right. And so before we dive into this, I do want to say none of this is intended to make you guys feel bad because there are a lot of people telling you to do things in a very, very challenging way. They're telling you to do things that suck your time away. They're telling you to do things that suck your soul away. And they're telling you to do things that are literally handing out Band-Aids. And here's what I mean. Okay, here's the ambulance effect. Let's say I just get shot in the leg and I'm sitting in the middle of the street. The first ambulance comes up and says, hey, Adam, guess what? I've got a free PDF. It tells you kind of about our ambulance here. And if you like that, then, if you like the ambulance, then what I can do is I can sell you a small Band-Aid. I know you got a big wound right there, but I can sell you the small Band-Aid for $7. And you're sitting here going, what? It's like, it's not even going to cover up the wound. Like I'm just hemorrhaging right here. They're like, okay, well, once you get through that, then a couple weeks later, I can sell you a little bigger Band-Aid, maybe a tourniquet, to kind of like for $50, maybe $99. And then what I can do, meanwhile, you're sitting here, you got a bullet wound in your leg and you're just like, what the heck is going on here? And so you vanish because they're not helping you. So the second ambulance pulls up, right? And the second ambulance says, hey, Adam, okay, cool. Well, we've got this like 45 to 50-minute webinar that talks all about our ambulance. It talks about the medics on the inside and the ER techs and all this cool stuff and how we're on the cutting edge and how we've got the best equipment and we're going to take you to the best doctors. You watch that and then let us know if you want our help. And you're like, what? 50 minutes later, I got to watch this thing? And the third ambulance pulls up and they basically say, hey, you want us to take that bullet out of your leg and stitch it back up so you don't lose your life or let alone lose your leg? You're like, yes, that is the ambulance effect. And this is what we're seeing a lot of people just not do with their marketing. And it's called positioning.
Yeah.
And positioning is one of those terms, Elia, where, well, kind of explain it to people.
Well, it's really about being able to communicate your value. It's about having people really understand, like you're saying with this metaphor with the ambulance, that it's not about how fancy the ambulance is. It's not about all the Band-Aids inside.
Right.
It's about getting help now and really being able to communicate, where is the acute pain or the acute stress that people are dealing with.
And so what we want to do here, guys, is just kind of take you through. It's like, this is what we're seeing. There are a lot of people out there talking about marketing strategies, people chasing down marketing funnel after marketing funnel. Should I do video? Should I do images? Should I do all this stuff? And I'm going to tell you right now, none of that stuff matters. None of that matters. What matters more than anything else is, are you positioning yourself as an ambulance? This is critical. This is something we came across quite some time ago. And the minute that we started doing this with our own health coaching business, right, where we help people with fatigue and energy and burnout, things like that, boom, 6 figures, like overnight. Like it happened in a very short period of time. And we were struggling for years and years to make things happen. So if you want to create the ambulance effect, I want you to think about this from an ethical standpoint. Because if you're out there and you're handing people a free PDF, you're basically handing them a Band-Aid when they need surgery. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
Like these people, if they have a health problem, it doesn't matter if it's weight gain, if it's diabetes, if it's heart disease, if it's hypertension, if it's gout, if it's rheumatoid arthritis or some other autoimmune disorder. It does not matter. When somebody needs help with their health, they don't need you to hand them a bunch of do-it-yourself. Here's a do-it-yourself staple kit. Go ahead. Oh, and here's some tongs too. Pull out the bullet yourself and staple your leg together, and I'll see you for my $97 challenge next month.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it, guys. And I know that your heart is in the right place, and this is by no means meant to make you feel bad, but the people out there teaching you this stuff are wrong. They are flat out wrong. If somebody has a health problem or a wellness problem, your better bet is to get out there and communicate your true value, like LA talks about, using what we call the ambulance effect, making sure that you are top of mind and you show up when they need your help, and you don't need any of that stuff. You don't need to wow them with how pretty your ambulance is. You don't need to wow them with your authority. You don't need to wow them with your background and your credentials. You don't need to do any of that stuff. You don't need to have all this free magnets and tripwires and challenges and $97. You sure as hell don't need to have a 60-day email nurture sequence. That's going to take you forever to write. Look, guys, the people that we work with, not only in our own program, but also the health coaches like you that we help, our business clients, they're getting clients who have never heard of them before within like 2 to 3 days after seeing one of their posts or one of their ads or one of this. And so if you want to know exactly how to do that, well, there's 3 steps, and we're going to take you through it right now. So let me get down here. So step number 1 is going to be, as Elea said, communicate your true value. This is where a lot of people get it wrong.
Yep. I got this wrong for years. I really didn't understand exactly what value it was that I had to offer. And this is something that's so important that I don't think health coaches give enough thought to, is really understanding what is that value and how do you figure it out? Right. And so it's really understanding, again, this isn't just like a time for time. It's not even just all the shiny things that you get. Right? It's not about the object. It's not about the thing. It's about the fact that they're going to be able to reach this transformation and then the entire ripple effect that happens after that.
Right. So where people get stuck in this, and I think it's so funny. And again, it's not, again, guys, it's not your fault. You're not marketers. You're trained to be health and wellness experts, health coaches, functional doctors, integrative healers, naturopaths. Yeah, I mean, down the line, like I get it. You're not marketers, and you shouldn't be. You should be really focused on really helping people transform their health. But one of the worst things I see people doing is they get so focused on my niche. My niche. What's my niche? Is my niche good enough? Is my niche too specific? Is it not too specific? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Yes, you do need to create an offer. Yes, you want to have a very crystal clear offer, but you got to communicate your true value. You've got to create this ambulance effect. So when somebody's out there dealing with, I don't know, LAS,
things like, right. And anxiety, depression,
You've
listed off a lot of physical stuff, but absolutely, when you're in mental pain, you want that fixed now.
Yeah. So that mental wellness, right? Mental health and wellness. So yeah, you're dealing with anxiety, and somebody's kind of freaking out about the future. Like you're afraid something's going to happen that they don't want to have happen. And they're like, I can't get rid of this. I can't get rid of this. I can't get rid of this. I can't sleep. I can't operate. My productivity's in a toilet. Everything's just not happening. And you go out there and you give them just like this free PDF. It's like, hey, get my free book. And you're not telling them stuff that they don't already know 9 times out of 10. Right. Mm-hmm. And so if that person's in that state, you need to be the ambulance that shows up, but you got to do it through your positioning. You've got to do it through your messaging. And it does not matter, how you do it, but you've got to just do it, because all marketing strategies can work, guys. And we're going to get into that in a second. So for number 1, communicate your true value. And your value to help somebody solve a major health or wellness problem, or help them significantly improve their health or wellness for the long term.
Yeah.
Is literally, on a financial basis, is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you're getting in there and you're helping somebody, let's say your weight loss, right? It's a big one. Like it's a big problem. It's a big one. And people are like, oh, it's too complicated. It's not or too crowded. There's too many people out there in the marketplace. Trust me, there's enough people who are still not losing weight that really use your help. But you've just got to learn how to do it. So think about it like this. If you get out there and somebody comes into you, work with you as a health coach, you have a program, you've got it online, you're doing it in a group setting. Okay. This is key here. We're not working any one-on-one stuff, totally COVID safe. And you're saving time on your end. You're not burning out. But this person, because you've communicated your true value, right? And you've positioned yourself as I only work with these kind of people. Then next thing you know, the people coming to work with you are high quality. They show up, they're first of all, they're decisive, they're ready to take action, they're not making excuses, they're committed to winning, they're not committed to their doubts and fears and all this other crap that, objections for not wanting to work with you or improve their health. And then number 3, they're resourceful. So they come in, they're coachable, they do exactly what you say to do. And so let's say that comes in, your weight loss, just an example. You help that person lose 50 pounds in 6 weeks. It's very possible because we see it all the time with our clients. They're no longer pre-diabetic. All of a sudden they're out there and they're doing something like, training for a marathon, something they've always wanted to do, but never could do because their body just wasn't healthy. It wasn't energetic. It wasn't strong enough, whatever it might be. Not only that, the brain fog is gone, right? It's gone. So they're at work again. They're not getting passed up for promotions anymore. Now they become king of the boardroom because of you. And back at home, let's say it's a guy, right? Now his wife wants to be around him again. So he's king of the bedroom again because of you. What do you think it's worth to give that kind of power back to a man or a woman for the rest of their life? Elea, what would you say?
I mean, it's priceless. That's what
Exactly. That's how we know we can articulate it and communicate your true value. So you're getting $3,000 to $5,000 or more for your transformational health program. And when you do it the right way, it's absolutely amazing. And we'll be interviewing one of our clients, Amanda, who's an integrative nutrition health coach, tomorrow here in the group. And she's going to talk about how she did 9K in 14 days with only 3 clients by just simply changing her messaging and not even spending a dime on advertising.
Yeah.
So once you learn how to communicate your true value, step number 2 is it's not enough just to communicate, but you've got to do it in a way, you've got to talk like people think, right? You've got to resonate on the level of the cognitive process, what people are thinking about, what really, really gets onto them.
Yeah. And this is a tough one because we've been trained pretty much since, we were kids to have this perfect grammar, to speak in a certain way. It's very formal, whatever it is. Let me show you how amazing I am or how much expertise. And just like you're saying, Adam, this is not how people think. You have to really get into people's heads. Mm-hmm. And what we're thinking is very different from how we typically present ourselves or present cases or present, data. And so this is really, really important to flip the switch on this.
It's so funny. Like I go out there and I see all these efforts, these marketing efforts by these amazing health coaches, these amazing wellness consultants, and they sound like Pfizer. Mm-hmm. Right? They sound like these drug ads going off, and they're talking about things that nobody cares about. Not only are they talking about things that nobody cares about, they're not resonating on the individual level. They're out there talking about niches and targets and audience and customers and clients, and they forget that you're dealing with human beings, guys. You're dealing with human beings, and if you're not talking like people think in your marketing and in your positioning, it's probably why you're having a hard time really getting clients in, and if you're not communicating your true value. So it's really important. Number 1, you got to be able to communicate your true value, and then you've got to be able to position yourself with written words and or verbal communication that resonates on the level that people think at. And I'm talking about subconscious, not just conscious, but also the subconscious level where you really they're like, oh my gosh, you just wrote that song for me. That's what you've got to do. Mm-hmm. And then number 3, Elea, I think one of the things that talking about, I've got a lead magnet and now I've got this and I've got this and I've got my 2-month email nurture sequence. Guys, if you want to go out there and make a really complicated marketing strategy that takes a lot of your time, it sucks your time away, it's probably going to suck your soul away, and it's probably going to burn you out before you actually have a really successful health coaching business, go for it. Any marketing strategy can work. Yep. It can. But that kind of strategy works better in different industries. When it comes to health and wellness, you need to use a very, very simple marketing strategy. One that does not suck your life away. Elea?
And it's funny how hard simple can be. Right? I mean, I remember when I first got started, I spun around this trail like a million times over and trying to figure out where to start and how to start. And, I'd kind of sort of jump on all these different hot things. One day my brain was telling me, oh, this is it, and then this is it, or that's it. And so I'd get excited about different things, and I had a really hard time focusing down, narrowing down, understanding exactly what I was trying to say, and then mix that up with, trying to prove that I was an expert. I mean, it was just all over the place.
I'm watching health coaches and other groups go, okay, well, do I do the carousel images? Do I do a square image, a rectangle image? Should I do a video in my ad? What should I do? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Stop chasing these tiny little things. This is like, we're not going for the Olympic gold medal here, guys. Okay. We're looking to have a profitable business while having impact, a very high heart-based integrity impact, helping people get healthy again. That's what we're doing. We're not talking about the 0.0001 thousandths of a second with Usain Bolt in the sprint, right? That's not what we're talking about doing here. So all these people chasing around, it's like, okay, well, what should I do here? What kind of nurture sequence here? How come no one's responding? And I'll tell you right now, the marketing strategy you use, think of it as like the engine of your business. It's got to be high horsepower, right? But it needs to be simple. Don't need this crazy, crazy complicated Ferrari. You don't. You just need a solid, powerful 1,000 horsepower engine. It's got some cylinders in it. It needs high octane fuel to go. And I'll tell you right now, all you need, guys, is one ad, one simple little video, 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes long at the most. You don't need webinars. They can work. Trust me. I mean, we do them, but you don't need that stuff when it comes to health and wellness. And then you have a phone call. That's it. And all that's automated until you pick up the phone. Everything is completely automated. And it doesn't necessarily, it's like, oh my gosh, should I do my targeting? If I'm doing Facebook ads, it's like, who should I include? And I should exclude people who like this and they like these people and they follow these people, but they don't follow these people. Guys, you're making it way too complicated. Simple. Simple. I have been in marketing since I got my master's degree in integrated marketing from Northwestern in 1995, 96, somewhere in there. All right. So I have been doing this stuff for a very long time. I've worked in a lot of different industries. I've worked for some pretty big companies, everything from Mack Trucks and Volvo to Disney and Seagrams and everything in between. And most people overcomplicate their marketing. They just do. I mean, any marketing strategy can work. It's just like, how much effort do you really want to put into it? It's all about your positioning. So guys, you've got to create this ambulance effect. Elea?
Well, and I think, Adam, like what you're saying is like any marketing strategy can work. And I think that's also where health coaches get really confused because there are so many different ways that you could go about building your business that even makes your head spin. And so you're just like, which person do I listen to? And like, well, what do I, is this the right way or is that the right way? And so then you're even stuck with that too. And so I think, again, it's really just, it's about, understanding the things that you've just laid out here and then really feeling like you can, find somebody that you feel like you can really work with that really resonates with you. And again, that really understands the struggles that you're going through as far as trying to understand how to do this and how to build your business.
It's like, what do I do what so-and-so has said with that lead magnet and with that lead page? I don't know because I'm getting conflicting reviews. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Stop chasing down the strategy. Stop chasing down that stuff. You just need something simple. It's more in your messaging, more in your positioning of who you are and what you can do. You want to be that ambulance that shows up, that can fix the bullet wound, not bring a bunch of Band-Aids, because to me, when you're handing out Band-Aids to somebody who has a health problem, you're not helping them.
Yeah.
You're basically giving them a false sense of hope, and they're going away with information that's not going to change their life. So guys, on that note, if you are at all interested in chatting with us about how you can create a stronger position, about how you can create that ambulance effect for your business without needing to have 100 days of emails or without needing to have all these things and all these complicated things and free PDFs and downloads and small challenges, $27, $90, $400. And eventually in a few months, 6 months, or you might get a client and you're really undercharging for your worth.
Yeah.
You're really undercharging for worth. Guys, if you're interested at all at really accelerating your health coaching business, your wellness consulting business, come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow. Pick a spot on our calendar. We'll have a business discovery call. You're going to chat with myself or Elea. We're the founders of Move Think Smile. We take this stuff very seriously. And I'll toot our own horn. We're really good at what we do. You can look at all of our client results. But if you want to have a health coaching business that is bringing in a solid 5 figures a month, that's $10,000 more a month, that equals a solid 6-figure business a year, that's $120,000 more a year, while you're having major impact on the people that you're working with. They're showing up, they're coachable, they're doing the work, and they're having these amazing transformations with your health. Then come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow and let's see if we're a good fit to help you make that happen. Elea, any parting shots on that?
Oh, I mean, I think I just, like I was saying before, is really, it's like, if you're in any of these spaces that we're talking about, don't stay there.
Yeah.
You got to take some action. You've got to move forward. You've got to pick something, because let me tell you, you're losing a lot of valuable time. I lost tons of valuable time. I know. Yep. I've probably had every struggle that you've ever had. And so, really, it's reach out and don't stay stuck.
Oh, guys, we know the pitfalls. Trust me. We wrote a book. We put it on Amazon. It sold. It's an Amazon bestseller. Did it help people? No. It gave them a false sense of hope. It was more information. It's now collecting dust on a lot of shelves out there, right? It's shelf help is what it ends up becoming. And everything that people need to know in there. And it wasn't until we stopped working one-on-one, because what we were doing, Ellie, I think we were making $1,200 a month when you were doing one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Do you know how hard it is to make a family of 4 work on $1,200 a month? It's pretty darn hard, right? Especially if you live anywhere that has civilization with it, right? Because typically it's a little more expensive. And then we did the book thing. And then it wasn't until we discovered the proper way of how to do online full-time with a group coaching model and health coaching. And, this is what we do now. We help health coaches go full-time online. No more one-on-one, no more face-to-face. You don't need any of that stuff. You're working with your clients like 6 to 10 hours a week. Meanwhile, your clients are super healthy and you're having a healthy business too. It is a complete win-win. So guys, if you're at all interested in this, especially with New Year's coming up, because you know what happens on New Year's Day, Elea, what's that?
Everybody wants to fix their health. Everybody goes on a diet. Everybody goes on a cleanse. Everybody
resolutions.
Decides that those old habits have got to go.
Resolutions. So January, February, March are typically the most lucrative and profitable months for health and wellness industry, including health coaches, wellness consultants, functional doctors, all the way down the line. Because people are sick and tired of getting into the traditional Western medical system. It's a sickness-based model. I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys know this. And they're tired of managing the symptoms. They're tired of their health slowly declining. They need your help to the tune of 157 million people. Yeah. And that is what we know for sure from Market Data LLC. That's what we know for sure. 157 million people right now in the United States want some type of transformation with their health. They want some type of health coaching, and they have never had it offered to them. Even though all you guys are out there offering it to them. They don't know, because you're not creating the ambulance effect. So guys, come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow. Let's hop on a quick chat. It's going to be super laid back. We're not going to be pushy or anything like that. And we're going to see, if we're a good fit and if you're someone we can help. And if so, we can talk about that. If not, we'll do our best to steer you to whoever can get to the next level. On that note, guys, it's been our honor today. Again, we'll see you soon. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back in the group with Amanda Hinman, the integrative nutrition health coach, who literally, and this is what's really cool, Ellie, in 14 days, right? In just like a couple weeks of working with her and changing her positioning, she brought in $9K to her business.
Yep.
By doubling her price, more than doubling her price, and by having the time. I'm not going to give any more secrets away. And I will say one thing.
You'll share it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll share it tomorrow. But she also had to turn off her marketing in 8 days because she was getting too many leads, which is pretty cool. So, All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below in the box or come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow, and we'll see you there. Talk soon, everybody.